All right. Hey, everybody. So glad to see you today. And I want to just tell you today, we are really going to be talking about something that's very, very dear to my heart. Okay. We're going to learn about some immune basics and how you can really take control of your health and put your best foot forward this year. I know in our culture, we tend to only pay attention to our immune system around this time of the year, around the fall and the winter, but really, we should kind of focus on it every season so that we can really stay above the wellness line all year round. So if you're constantly stressed or you get sick all the time, or you're kind of dealing with some regular stomach issues, or maybe feeling just kind of abnormally sluggish, you know that your immune system could use some attention. It needs a little bit more attention. And the state of your body matters, especially when it's exposed to intruders like harmful bacteria or viruses, all this stuff we've been dealing with lately. So we want to keep ourselves in tip-top shape. And before, we get to the point where you feel like you want to just cover yourself totally with bubble wrap and stay isolated for eternity, give me a few minutes, okay, to tell you how you can really live peacefully in a world that's really covered with a lot of germs and bacteria without panicking and without a lot of fear, okay? So we're going to walk through some basics on how the immune system works. We're going to learn some of the signs of a weakened immune system, and we're going to discover 5 major ways that you can support it. Hey, let me introduce myself to those that I'm just meeting. This is Dr. Nozella here with you today for a few minutes. I'm a doctor of education, super passionate about empowering people to achieve the quality of life that they desire. Professionally, I'm a director emeritus of a university urban extension office where I manage 2 federal programs for underserved audiences. I taught for over 15 years as a nutrition educator. I taught the babies, I taught the seniors. I'm a professor, a writer, a speaker, a researcher, and a consultant. And like so many of you, I have struggled with how to be healthful, how to live a balanced life. And I have had to learn that I have to invest in myself. I have to be intentional. I have to be proactive to take care of my body. If I don't invest in my body, no one else will. And I believe my body's the temple of God. I believe that I only get one really good one. It's a miracle, and I have to be proactive to support it. I struggled with my health as long as I can remember. I didn't have the energy most kids had. I'd have fainting spells. I didn't feel good. My mother, I can still remember her taking me to the doctor. I'm sitting in a chair. My legs are dangling. He's looking at her and he's saying, it's nothing wrong with her. It's in her head. And I knew something wasn't quite right. It was about 45 years ago that I was so overcome with fatigue. I was so tired. I couldn't get out of the bed in the morning. Friends were helping me out, and one friend recommended that I see her doctor. He was a neuropath doctor. And I tell you, I was a little leery of that because I had studied nutrition in college. They had taught us that these kind of doctors weren't real legitimate doctors. But you know what? I was sick and I needed help, and I decided to go to him. And he did a simple test, talked to me about my health history. And rather than give me medications, he gave me a diet. And he gave me some advice that was going to change my life. He said, if you don't change your lifestyle now, you're going to have diabetes, possibly high blood pressure by the time you're in your 30s. Okay. And I took him at heart. It was a wake-up call for me. I began my health journey there. I began to remove certain foods that I had learned was not healthful for me. I began to improve the foods I was eating. I began to look at supplements, ways of supplementing my diet. I did really well at first because I was in a college town. But when we moved back to the city and I had my first child, I kind of regressed back into this standard American diet that we call the sad American diet. Okay. I was just surrounded by so many environmental pollutants, and I found myself again below that line. I was having all kind of issues. I had fatigue again, digestive issues. I was having respiratory issues, and that's when another friend came over and introduced me to some Young Living oils. She was rubbing those things on my feet. I thought she was crazy in what she was doing, but you know what? I started feeling better. I started breathing better right after she started using the oils with me, and that was my beginning of learning learning about Young Living. I'll admit I was a little suspicious at first. I didn't understand how they were marketed. I didn't understand how they were different from other products on the market, but I soon came to learn that they were committed to education and to health, and their products were plant-based, and they were going to be the ones to help me. And as a matter of fact, last time I went to my doctor's appointment, she said I made her day. She was like, I don't usually see patients your age with these kinds of numbers. There was no diabetes, there's no heart disease. She even removed asthma from my diet, from my chart, and I give God all the glory. You know, she said, continue to do the things that you're doing. So I'm just sharing with people those kinds of things that I have learned. And today, supporting the immune system has been one of the basic ways for enjoying optimal health. And I'm just really excited to share some of these things with you. I know we're all different, but the more we learn about ourselves, the more we can take control of our health, and we can enjoy a vibrant health and a vibrant life. So let's get started here. First of all, though, I do want to make sure that you understand that we're not here today to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. What I'm sharing with you is really educational. I'm a doctor of education, and I've dedicated my work to discovering ways to remove disparities and provide equitable care for everyone. My work starts with empowering people to have access to all the information and the resources they need so you can make the best decisions for your health. I believe if we work with the body was designed to give us what we would need to have it optimally serve us, because the body was designed to heal itself. So let's get started, all right? If you want to strengthen the immune system, you should first have an idea of how it works, right? Okay, so let's learn a few of the basics. The immune system was made up of a network of cells, of tissues, of organs that work together to protect your body. And its primary job is to keep you safe and healthy. There's two parts to the immune system. There's the innate immune system, which you're born with. And there's the acquired or the adaptive immune system, one that adapts and learns as you age. They're both closely linked, and they work together when an immune response is needed. The innate immune system is the body's very first line of defense. It is primed and ready to fight at all times, and it consists of things like your skin, your eyelashes, and the mucous membranes that line your skin's openings, like your nose and your internal tracts. These all create kind of a physical barrier to invaders like parasites and toxins and viruses and pathogens, fungi, and the harmful bacteria. Also, there are many types of white blood cells within called leukocytes, and they work to defend and protect the human body. They're constantly on the lookout for invaders to kill. Now, if the innate immune system gets overwhelmed, however, it will trigger the hypothalamus in the brain to increase the body's core temperature. That's why we get a fever. The fever has a purpose, and it calls on the adaptive immune system to help us fight the intruders. The adaptive immune system is much slower, however, to respond to threats and infections than the innate immune response, because it's only activated when it's exposed to the pathogens. But the cool thing about the system is that it uses an immunological memory to make the cells or the antibodies that will protect your body from a specific invader. So in other words, once it's been exposed to an invader, it will remember it so that it can provide long-lasting defense and protection against any recurrent infections. So this entire process is happening all the time without you even knowing about it. I mean, it's just really wild. And it happens without your knowledge when you're healthy, okay? But the second you start seeing symptoms arise, you'll know that it's at work. So keep in mind that although we have symptoms, again, like the fever, maybe the runny nose and mucus, they're simply proof that the immune system is hard at work, trying to bring your body back into the balance that it craves. Now, keep in mind for babies that are less than a year old who don't have that adaptive immune system yet, antibodies can be received from their mothers through the breast milk, okay, or through donor milk. And so that's why breastfeeding is so very important. But it's amazing. It's an amazing process. And I just get so really excited when I think about it. Now, we've talked about how the immune system works. Now we're going to dive into some of the practical information. What are some signs of a weakened immune system? Because if you have too many things attacking those immune systems, it can't work as efficiently as it should. And you become overwhelmed and you find yourself into some state of disease, okay? So the first thing is when your stress level is high, when it's always high, this will mean that your adrenal glands, your stress and your energy glands are shot and your cortisol gas pedal is like pressed to the floor. Those are your stress hormones, and you're spending way too much time in that flight or fight mode, and that leaves you exhausted, okay? That's kind of what's happening to me. Your immune system will suffer greatly if you aren't subsequently trying to allow your body to spend some time in rest and repair mode. And kind of in our culture, we don't know to do that. Some of us think that that high stress level is our norm, okay? Now, a second thing that will weaken it if you're always sick. Typically, when a person falls ill, the body's adaptive immune system will create those antibodies that, like we talked about, and it learns how to defend itself against that intruder if it's presented with it again. But if your body seems to like catch everything that's going around and it continually does that cyclically, then your immune system could need some serious attention. And then if you're having regular stomach issues, that's a cause for concern, because whether you knew it or not, 70% of your immune system is in your gut. Okay, that's actually good bacteria that's present that supports your healthy digestive system and your immune system. So if you're noticing things like diarrhea or constipation becoming part of your normal routine, chances are that your immune system isn't functioning optimally and your gut health needs some work, okay? Now, if you're not healing quickly, when the body is injured, like a cut or a bruise or a burn, nutrients within the blood kind of rush to that area to help it heal. Quick healing requires healthy immune cells. But if your immune system isn't being properly cared for, your blood may not have the nutrients it needs to rebuild and regenerate like it should, and that leaves the wound susceptible to further injury or infection. And then you want to think about whether you have frequent battles with infections. If you're noticing things like 5 ear infections in a year, or pneumonia twice a year, or several cases of sinusitis, or finding yourself constantly needing antibiotics, you could definitely have a weakened immune system, and it's in serious need of assistance. And these are just some of the signs of an immune system that's in distress. It is very important that you listen to your body and keep mental tabs of how your body acts and responds to the world around it. Now, I've got some good news. Okay, we're going to cover 5 major ways that you can support your immune system. Okay, so let's look at some ways to help that system. First of all, herbs. Well, one of the most popular is echinacea. It's a great herb to keep on hand. You can typically find it in herbal tea that contains it, or that's easier for, if that's an easier way for you to use it. There's a 2012 study published in Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine, and it found that echinacea showed maximal effects on recurrent infections, and preventive effects increased when participants used echinacea to prevent the common cold. Another one is elderberry. It is another plant often used for its array of health benefits, including its ability to fight colds, the flu, allergies, and inflammation. And ginseng plant, whether it's the roots, the stem, or the leaves, is also quite beneficial for the immune system support, and it can play an important role in antibody production. I just want to let you know we're going to be having a class, an elderberry syrup class, and wellness, making wellness products Coming up here on October the 22nd, if you're listening to this live or the replay, at the Merck, and we're actually going to be showing you how to make your elderberry syrup, how to make a rollerball, how to make a detox, some things that are going to help you for your wellness package. So join us there and learn more about this at that time. Now, let's talk to you about foods. Foods are very, very important as a way to help support your immune system, of course. But I want to mention like bone broth, because it's an excellent food option for supporting both your immune system and your digestive system. The collagen and the amino acids within the bone broth can really help heal tears that are in the gut lining. And that in turn helps the immune system to properly function. Ginger is another fantastic food to incorporate on a regular basis. There's a ginger vitality oil we have, but it's known for its ability to help cleanse the lymphatic system and rid the body of toxins and waste. And it also helps the body maintain a healthy inflammatory response. Another one to keep in mind is green tea. It's filled with antioxidants and amino acids that can help you fight germs and stay well. And I'm sure you'll want to have foods that are very rich in vitamin C, like your citrus fruits, your bell peppers. Keep them on hand. They provide anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Of course, foods that are rich in beta carotene, like your carrots, your pumpkin, your sweet potatoes, your red bells, kale, apricots, spinach, collard greens, they've all been shown to be high in antioxidants, which will reduce inflammation and fight that oxidative stress. And of course, I have to mention the Ningxia wolfberry here, because it is so high in antioxidants and vitamin C and beta carotene as well. But any of those foods are going to be so very helpful for you. And then, of course, we want to talk about essential oils. I only trust one company. I trust the one where I know the seed to seal quality is a promise, and that's going to be Young Living. I know with Young Living that I'm getting premium essential oils that I can trust, from the seed all the way to the sealed bottle. I have tried all kinds of cheaper oils of different companies, been very dissatisfied, and some of them have been harmful to my health. So when it comes to using essential oils to support your immune system, I will first and foremost recommend you getting a trustworthy reference book. Okay, if you don't own one, let me know and we'll get you hooked up. There's also some apps that are very helpful to have. But as far as what we're talking about here today, I would recommend that you check out the Vitality line of Young Living carries, because you can ingest them, and many of them contain antioxidants that really support various body systems, including the immune system. Here are just a few of the top ones that are really cost effective to use. Cilantro Vitality, and some of these you can use it just in your cooking. So cilantro, clove vitality, cumin vitality, lavender vitality, the lemon vitality, nutmeg vitality, orange vitality, oregano vitality, rosemary vitality, tangerine vitality, thieves vitality, and thyme vitality are just a few that are less expensive, and they can be added in as you're doing your cooking. And I like to kind of use, we'll talk about supplements here, but Inner Defense, because it is an essential oil gel cap that's all oils that contains like clove and rosemary and orange, some of these wonderful oils like thieves that can just be taken if you just want to quickly have something that you can do quickly. And speaking of that, let's then talk a little bit about supplements, okay? Because if we want to implement them in, there's all kinds of things that we can do. When we talk about supplements, I have found one to be like the Master Formula. It is such a full spectrum supplement that provides vitamins and minerals that can help support bone density and health. It also supports brain function, cellular protection, digestive health, energy levels, eye health, heart health, immune support, and the skin. And if you're looking for a one a day, we know that just taking one one a day vitamin isn't very helpful at all. And so that's why the master formula is so wonderful, because it's food based. It's delivered in 3 ways for a synergistic complex that supports your digestive health. It helps neutralize the free radicals in the body. It also provides gut flora supporting prebiotics. Okay. Plus it has that premium essential oils that are packed within it. And all you have to do is just take 1 packet a day. It really well, you can take it with your water. I like to take it with my Ningxia Red, that superfood that's loaded with the antioxidants. So I'm getting a double boost to my immune system. And keep in mind that the Ningxia Red, a recent clinical study found out that there's of the people that actually use Ningxia Red for 90 days, they found a significantly increased physical energy levels by 34.5%, and it reduced their physical limitations by 36%. Also, they found improved sleep patterns and increased time of sleep by an average of 21 minutes after 60 days of continually using the Ningxia Red. And they also found a significantly reduced daily stress by 23%, and an improved mental well-being. So of course, reducing that stress then increase the immune system. So it's really a great one to think about having. And then of course, another great supplement to take, it would be your vitamin C. We talked about how important C is. The Super C provides support for normal immune function, for the respiratory, circulatory function, and it's fortified with rutin and citrus bioflavonoids and minerals that balance out your electrolytes and enhance the effectiveness and the absorption of your vitamin C. I know you may have heard some things about how people are taking vitamin C and it's just showing up in their urine. Well, that's why, because what they're taking isn't absorbing. And this is a supplement, the Super C, that it's readily absorbed. And then they've added the premium essential oils that help to increase that bioflavonoid activity. I like it because the ingredients in Super C also help to strengthen the connective tissue, and it promotes your overall health, your vitality, and your longevity. And because your body can't manufacture vitamin C, you can benefit from it by consuming this antioxidant on a daily basis. To reinforce your immune system, it's a good idea to take like 2 tablets a day. And for maintenance, then you might just take one a day. And it's usually best taken before meals, but whenever you think about it, take it. It's just a wonderful one that I really, really enjoy. I want to kind of stop here. We talked about just a few key things that you can do to support that immune system. And your body is so amazing with this intricate systems. They all work together for one goal, to just keep you alive and well and help you feel amazing. Okay, the immune system has to be one of the greatest systems that we have. And its job is to protect you from intruders. And I think we all agree that we deserve all the support that we can get. So I hope that you can take away some things from this class, that you'll feel more equipped to strengthen your immune system. I have mentioned a couple of the main supplements and oils that Young Living have that are cost effective. And I just want to take a quick minute, because I know friends don't let friends pay full price. So I want to share with you just a little bit about how you can get a reduced pricing. Okay, if you want to pay less for products, you can open the 24% discount just by becoming a customer in 2 ways. You purchase 100 PV or more on your first order, and you get the 24% discount for the rest of the year. Or you can put one of your item on a loyalty order, okay, and you've got over 600 products that you can choose from. And in that way, you can also unlock the 24% discount, and you can choose from all kinds of bundles. You can, when you do that, if you make an order that's 50 PV or more, then you also are going to get some freebies, products that are going to come to you. And it's just so easy to do. You can go to naturallynozella.com, hit shop button, and select what you would like to get. That way, Or I've got just this QR code, which actually, if you take a picture of it, it will take you right to the products that we talked about today. And I have a special resource guide that I want to send you that talks about the things that ways you can support your immune system that we've talked about today. It also has some recipes in there that you can use and some additional tips. So if you're with our class live, make sure that you're registered or put in the chat that you want to get that guide when we send out the replay. If you're listening through the replay, then we will, and you're registered, we'll also send that guide out to you as well. I want to thank you so much today for setting aside time to take a look at your immune system. It is so special, and there's so many things that we can do, and this is just the right time for you to do it. We have a community, a Facebook group. I'm always here to assist you and would like to help you on your journey to wellness during this particular time. Take one of the things that we've talked about today and put it in action. And I would love to hear from you. How are you boosting your immune system? Have a wonderful, wonderful Wellness Wednesday. And thank you so much for joining us today. Love you all so much.